It's your girl Nick, and you're tuned in to Nick at Night. And tonight we're going to be going over yet another disturbing story about a mother finding messages that she felt was inappropriate coming from her boyfriend to her offspring. Now, when I originally saw these messages, I immediately got the ick because to me it had an essence of I really didn't know what was going on. The way the messages were written out and the way that the mother had framed the story, I didn't know if it was somebody trying to basically piggyback off of a story that went viral previously of a father in Detroit and him finding messages from a mother boyfriend. So at first, I've looked at this situation with a lot of skepticism because sometimes when a story goes viral, people will try to piggyback and try to create something to go viral as well. So the way the messages were written, I looked at them with my eyebrows raised and I'm like, I really don't know. But as I did a deeper dive, I think that something is going on with the little girl. And I think that her environment is a toxic one that I think everybody involved in the story needs cuffs. Okay. Now, I talked about this on my community wall, and I also posted a post on my Instagram. And I said, after further investigation of looking at all of the receipts, I think that the mother needs to be in cuffs. I think the boyfriend needs to be in cuffs. And anybody else who neglected any children in their presence needs cuffs as well. Well, me saying that triggered people under my Instagram post. And, people felt like, how dare I say the mother should be in cuffs? She did her job as a mom by posting messages on social media. And before we go any further, I'm going to show you guys my response to that before we get in, because if you think as a mother that you've done your job to protect your child by posting their image all over social media with inappropriate messages, and that's your ceiling for protection, you're going to be triggered by this video. Because you're not getting no brownie points for that. To me, that's the bare minimum. Okay? So we're going to get on into all of the different nuances, why I feel the way I feel. We're going to go over all of the receipts. Now, this story, I believe, is out of Newark, New Jersey. This woman right here, I believe her name is Chastity. Hold on, let me get her name. Her name is Tiara. She came to social media and she posted a post where she stated her boyfriend, who she's been dating for 5 years, had inappropriate messages with her daughter. Now, as I stated before, the messages are disturbing in nature and it's like, what's happening here? Like, what's really going on? And so on and so forth. Now, once I got to comparing the messages that he posted and comparing the messages that she posted, I said, lock everybody up. Okay, period. And like I said, I'm going to tell y'all why. So with that being said, let's get into the story and let me tell you how I came to the conclusion of why I feel like throw the whole house away, separate the kids and move away and put these kids somewhere where they're going to be protected and not neglected. Period. I got paint on my sweater. But anyways, let's go on to the post. So the mom came to social media, and on this post, she called out her boyfriend of 5 years. Now, in addition to her posting screenshots that she felt was inappropriate, she also blasted photos of her daughter and this guy in the thread that is now going viral. Now, I am against when people do this with their children, especially when they are in school age and you are saying that they had these type of things happening, and then you're plastering their photo all over the internet for anybody who has a inkling to touch or, mess with kids. Now they know that your child has already been prepped up and her face is all over the place. So first off, I didn't like the fact that the mom blasted the daughter's face in this thread. That was a problem for me. Now, number two, we're going to go on and I'll tell you more problems as I go through this story. She came to social media. She said, I was with this end for 5 years and he been around my daughter since she was 5 years old. She says, I can't believe that he will all of a sudden take sexual interest in my daughter. It disgusts me that she came to me crying about how he doesn't talk to her like she's a kid anymore. He's been trying to get her to be an adult and do sexual things with her because she is older now. This type of betrayal from him, I will never understand and forgive. And the disgusting family that stands by him and calls my child a liar can all go to HE double hockey sticks with him. Y'all can all get hands and feet about my daughter. At the end of the day, he violated a little girl who literally just turned 10 last month in February. She trusted him and loved him. I will never understand how anybody can be a mother and not believe they child. I believe my baby no matter what. I don't give a F how nobody feel. You really can't trust nobody around your kids, and it's sad and scary as F. Like, who talks to a child they claim to love like this? And in this post, like I said, she shared the daughter's photos along with some text messages. Now, what I will say is, as a mom, you definitely want to stick beside your child and investigate any type of inappropriate messages at all costs, period. Go to the fullest extent of the law to make sure that your child is protected. So let's pull up the messages that was posted from her page, and then we will continue. All right, so the message that she posted on her page, it is a message from an iPhone. Now, a lot of people, when she posted these messages, they took notice to how many unread messages there were, and they started to read the following. He says, you want me to lay in there with you or you fine? She says, I'm fine. Okay, I'm just bored. I hate when mommy goes to work. I don't be having nothing to do at all. What are you doing? So from the girl's phone, it says, watching TikTok, looking for things to do. He says, like fun stuff, ? She says, yeah. He writes and says, did you ever get head before? She says, why? And then he says, just asking. So he asked this 9 that just turned 10-year-old, hey, did you ever get head before? And she says, why? And he says, just asking. So the following text after that, it says, no, I don't want to because that will make me feel uncomfortable. I am only 10 years old. I am not fully an adult, so no. And then it says, according to her, it says to him, or he says, it's not going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're going to be doing it soon, but okay, leave you alone and just let mommy know you be watching nasty stuff. So it says, you're going to be doing it soon, but okay, leave you alone. Just let mommy know you be watching nasty stuff. And then it says, she says, but I don't watch that stuff anymore, and I don't like that stuff. It's nasty, and I just want to chill. I don't want to do stuff like that because it makes me feel weird and uncomfortable. It makes me feel weird and uncomfortable. And so it says, we only got one life to live, Lay. Just try it. If you don't like it, I'll leave you alone. Deal? And it says, no, I don't want to. Please stop asking me. Just ask mommy. She is an adult. You can ask mommy when she, and I guess like when she get here or whatever. Now, when I first was reading this thread, I was like, a 10-year-old saying that, I don't want head, get it from my mama. I don't know. I was just like, that's kind of odd that a 10-year-old would say that. But after listening through all of the receipts on both sides, I think that the little girl is just exposed to way too much too soon. Okay? And I had to think about it, and I had to realize that just because of the level of protection that I put over my child, some people expose their kids to a lot more, a lot sooner. Now, if your child is school aged, your child could be presented with stuff at school. There's kids who have access to cell phones on the playground. They could be showing your kids stuff that you didn't necessarily show them. So my initial thought when I first read through this was, what 10-year-old talking about, go ask my mommy for it? I don't know. I was just like, that's kind of odd. At first, I was thinking maybe the mom wrote these messages herself and was trying to frame him. That was my first thought. Now, again, upon further looking into this, I really don't know what to make of it. I feel like the guy could have been a person to send these, and I'll also explain why as we go on further. So let's get more into these messages, because this whole thing was just disturbing and crazy. All right. So let me show the next screenshot. All right. So it says, we only got one life to live, Lay. Just try it. If you don't like it, I'll leave you alone. Deal. She says, no, I don't want to. Please stop asking. Just ask mommy. She is an adult. You can ask mommy when she come back, but not me. And then she said, that's not appropriate. You're actually making me scared. So he says, you don't have to be scared of me, Lay. I won't do anything to you without your permission. You said leave you alone. I will leave you alone. Just delete the messages. She says, okay. And then he says, sorry for bothering you. About to just watch. Y'all see it on the screen. About to just watch. Okay. So then he decided to cover himself by sharing messages on his page. Now, in the midst of him sharing messages on his page, he initially made a post that when I went live last night, I did not originally see. Now, I guess in his post that he posted before he started sharing messages between him and the little girl, he was trying to implicate, I guess, a stud friend that they have that be around the little girl that have access to the phones or whatever. So he originally, in response to this, posted up a post that said the following. So in the post, it says, the fact that people really dragging my name through the mud, and this B who sent the messages to my stepdaughter, everybody rocking with this ish, like I'll really do some ish like that to a kid, and I have 2 daughters. Why would I risk everything I built to do some ish like this? Any female I've been with that had kids never in their life went through no ish like this with me. I can't wait till the truth is revealed. Now, this is a screenshot that I got off of one of the Facebook groups that was going viral, and it says see more, so I can't see all that was written because this is the only screenshot they shared, but this is what I guess I missed out of the story that people were kind of telling me about yesterday. And so in it is a group of messages that are attached to it, and I'm just gonna kind of try to read some of them to make sense of what it says. Again, I can't originally click through them to see exactly what was said, but it says, I never logged into her ish. I can't log into her current. I only can log into Sophie, and she took her money off. I can't even get my tattoo stuff from the store I ordered. So it then says, to be honest, bro, I don't know. I have nothing to do with this. Just like the rest of y'all arguments, I came to you as an adult because my name was getting dirt thrown on for no reason by your family. Just let this ish go. This ish don't get no better. And then it says, when I see you, I'ma break your ish. Come outside. And then she wrote back to him that get back a MFer. Okay? Now, her saying that get back a MFer and him confronting her and talking about or implicating that she has something to do with it. I really can't see the messages closely to see what exactly the implication was. But according to her, he implicated her. She didn't appreciate it, and she went off on social media to confront him. Now, like I said, I tried to look closely at this screenshot to see what I could make out of it, but it was kind of blurry, so I couldn't really understand what the implication was, and I didn't see the See More tab to see what was actually said. But according to this stud woman on Facebook, I guess he was trying to say she's the one who had access to the phone and she's the one who sent the messages. So in a reply, this is what the girl said in response. Hold on, let me make sure the curse words. Where's my screenshot that has the curse words taken out? 1 second, y'all. All right. So before I share her messages that of what she's claiming from him, let me actually share what the guy who was in the little girl's life, what he shared to his page before I share her response. So after the mom had posted that, he tried to clear his name by basically saying, Shaggy, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And according to this other girl, and I'm going to show her messages later, she's saying that he was trying to pin it on her and implicate her. Now, he took to social media to show the correspondence that he's actually having with the little girl. Now, when I seen these messages that he was corresponding with the little girl, and once I saw that the date of February 19th, when it was supposed that these messages were shared, in his version of messages, he also has messages from that same date. But the part that was shared from the mom was absent from his thread of messages. So it started to make me have an eyebrow raised because coincidentally, the mom got these messages and you also are showing messages that you were in communication with this little girl on this same day. And you also, from what it seems like, had the little girl in your care while the mother was at work. Now, when I started going through these messages yesterday, I was mortified that a guy would have so much access to a little girl in this way. And, I just was like, why are they texting so much? Why is the little girl hungry all the time? And why is she always telling him that her stomach hurts? And why is she not confiding in her mother about these things? Normally if she's on her monthly, because I don't know if her stomach is hurting from her monthly or what, but it's several occasions when I show you guys these messages that her stomach is hurting. She's asking for food. She's texting him at 12 midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning, on school nights, just all kind of stuff that is like, what's really going on in this household? Like these messages, although it didn't show you asking her or saying, hey, you want some head, it still made you look a certain type of way from this message thread, because it's like, this don't make me feel good either. It all feels yuck to me, to be honest. So let me pull up these messages, and then we're going to get into the messages that the mother, that he shared going back and forth with the mother. So this is a screenshot of his phone that he shared, and I just was, disgusted. He goes from the bottom to the top. So let's go to I'm going to go to the end of the video backwards. So his thread starts July 8th, and it says, I get some now. Okay, if you make a mess, clean it up. All right, and it says yes. So then he sends her something that says, my daughter, when her tablet died, again, because she only let it charge for 5 seconds, and it shows Lisa Simpson angry. So then the next message is July 30th, and it says, Daddy, I'm breaking out from the bleach because I have sensitive skin. Then the next message on July 30th at 11:46 p.m., she messages him and says, can I get a taco? Then on October 19th, 6:16 p.m., it says, Daddy, please answer the phone. I need you to answer. He says, you okay? She says, is Kalia still coming? I don't think so. She would have been here. All right. So then the next messages are at Saturday, November 2nd at 2:07 p.m. It says, Leah wanted chips, ? She says, yes. And hopefully you guys could see that. I don't want to make it too big. I don't want to make it too big to where it's not on the screen, but it might be a little small for y'all, but hopefully y'all can see it. All right, so it says, is Kalia still coming? I don't think so. She would have been here. All right, so then November 2nd at 2:07 p.m., it says, Leah wanted chips? Yes. Tell her they didn't have vitamin water, so she can have one of my Gatorades. What kind? The blue one. All right. So then he shows a picture of Takis, Doritos, and Arby fries with cranberry juice and Tostinos, pizza bites, and whatever else is there. So it says, that's you and lay chips. Okay. What you want? Blue Doritos or hot fries or blue Doritos. Bro, come the F on. It says hot fries, and then he says, okay. So then fast forward to November 5th. He asks, did the TV turn up? Then November 15th, he says, can you guys do me 3 favors? 1, bonnet out the bathroom on the black thing where the toilet is. 2, water out the bottom of the fridge. And 3, turn my room light off. All right. So then Wednesday, November 27th, it says open the door for Myrrh. And then December 3rd, it says you good. And then it says she says I'm fine. And then she says, can I get Robux? And then he says, I only got cash right now. If I make some money and get it on my card, I'll buy you some, princess. And then she says, okay. So then on December 3rd, around 8:36 p.m., it's, oh, shoot, I went the wrong way. All right, so then on December 3rd at 8:36 p.m., it says, can I get Robux now? Did you make money? And then he says, I didn't get it. Nobody has money for cash on the card, so I can get it for you, so I gotta wait. She says, okay. Soon as I get it, I got you. I ain't gonna forget. And then it says, you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Are you okay, princess? And then she says yes. And then he says, good, I love you. And then she says, me too. And then he says, huh? And then she says, I said me too. And then he says, you supposed to say, I love you too when somebody you know love you. And then she said, I did. I love you more. And then he says, you said me too, LOL. And then she says, and if you didn't get the money, that's okay. And then he says, I have the money. It's just not on my card. I have to put it on my card. And then she says, okay. Now, then there are these message bubbles that are white that I don't know if these are disappearing messages, deleted messages, or whatever type of messages. But it says, Lay, if you don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow for sure. And then it says, okay. And then it says, I got you. I promise. Okay. Because I can't put the money on the card because the place closed. Mommy ain't want to take me. So I'm going to do it tomorrow. Now, these messages are on December 3rd. Now, what I noticed on social media is there were people that were basically comparing the way he writes in this thread with how the messages were written in the mother's thread. Now, when he's writing her in these messages, he writes her and types her name as Lay. Hold on, where is it at? Okay. So when he's writing her name Lay, and then people were noticing that in the messages that the mom shared, it was Lai, but then people noticed that he has her saved in his contacts as Lai. So have that added as you will. I really don't know. But people were trying to decide if the little girl wrote the messages, if he wrote the messages, the mama wrote the messages, etc. So then before I go further with the messages that he shared, there was a person who is, I guess, close to the story who shared a photo of the little girl's iPad. So on the little girl's iPad, there is messages that are not on the phone, but they're still on the iPad. So on Tuesday, December 3rd, after it says open the door for Mur on her iPad, it says November 27th, open the door for Mur. And then on the iPad, it shows Tuesday, December 3rd at 6:10 p.m. You good? I'm fine. And then there's these messages right here that say, I'm going to give you Zai's phone so you can text me and talk to me so I can ask some questions. Just be honest. This between me and you. You won't get in trouble by your mom, okay? And then it says, okay, can I get Robux? And then it says, I only got cash or whatever. So this is a photo of someone stating that this is her iCloud that's attached to her laptop. And so now let's go back to the timestamp of December 3rd at 6 p.m. to look back at this. So on the messages that he shared, if you can see right there, they start from this thread at 6:10 p.m. And this is what he shared on his page for his receipts. So as you can see right here at December 3rd, 6:10 p.m., you see the message start from him and it says, you good, I'm fine. And then you see, can I get Robux? But from what they are saying is a screenshot from her iPad, they're stating that this is how the conversation came in. Okay? They're stating that this is how the conversation came in. All right? So on the left is what I think the stud girl is who provided this screenshot of her iCloud. And then on the right is what he provided as his receipts. Okay? Have at that information and infer what you will. But on the right is what he showed. On the left is a screenshot of her iPad. All right? or alleged to be her iPad. All right. All right. So, anyways, moving on in the messages. Let's go further. All right. Let's see. All right, so it's these text bubbles that are white. Again, I don't know if these are disappearing messages or what type of messages, what's going on there, hidden message or whatever, but it's a blank bubble. All right. And then it says, Lay, if I don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow for sure. And then she says, okay. Then it says, I got you. I promise. Okay. Because I can't put the money on the card because the place closed. Mommy ain't want to take me. All right. So he's saying that the mama ain't want to take him. So that lets me know right there he ain't got no car. Okay, he don't got a car, he don't got a vehicle because he needs the mother to take him to put the money on whatever card for her to get Robux. All right. So then we go further and it says at Tuesday. All right, so now this is Tuesday, December 3rd at 11:24 p.m. She says, Daddy, she says, can you tell mommy to come? And then it says, Daddy, can you come here? And then he says, she sleep, Lay. You okay? And she says, no, my stomach hurts bad and I just threw up and I feel nauseous. It's on my floor. So he responds and says, oh, wait, hold on, make sure y'all can see what I see. He responds and says, she sleep late. And she said, okay. And then it says, no, my stomach hurt bad. I just threw up and I feel nauseous. It's on my floor. And then he says, if you still don't feel good when you wake up, just ask your mom, can you stay home? I'll watch you. Okay. So he says, ask your mama, can you stay home and I'll watch you. So then she says, okay, but you have to probably tell her because she doesn't believe all the time. Okay. So it says you have to probably tell her because she doesn't believe all the time. And he says, okay. And then she says, can I sleep in y'all room or y'all doing something? All right. So then I guess he didn't respond. And then she says, hello. And then she sends the eye emoji. And then he texts her back and says, come on. So then December 4th, he says, can I play you on, or no, she says, can I play you on PS5? Hold on, I'm trying to catch that message. Hold on. Because this is like another disappearing message or something that comes up. Hold on. Let me bring it back this way. Oh, wait. Damn it. I'm trying to get this message. Oh, shit. Oh, it says, can you teach me how to connect my controller to my tablet? Okay. That's what that said. All right. Um, so she messaged him and says, "Can I sleep? I mean, can I play you on your PS5?" And then she says, "Hello." And then it says, "Can you teach me how to connect the controller to my tablet?" And then she says, "Hello." And then he says, "Okay." So then December 4th, she says, "Can you make me cereal?" All right. And then he says, "Hold on." And then she says, "Okay." Now, I don't know if she is a child that is at her age and at the pace for her age, but most children at 9 or 10 are able to make their own cereal. Now, I know that some people in certain households have rules. Maybe she spilled a cereal all over the place. Maybe she spilled milk all over the place and they rather make it for her. I really don't know. But she then asked him, can he make her cereal? He says, "Hold on." And then he sends her something that says, "Can you take the gifts and accept my invitation for real? Sure, only 2 steps. Take the gift and help me get mine." And I guess this is some type of Temu gift or something. So then December 7th, it says, "Tell Leah to charge her phone because I know your mommy not with y'all." And then on Sunday at December 8th, it says, "It's hot." And then he texts and says, "Turn the fan on." And then he says, "Turn the heat off." So then on December 11th at 1:09 a.m., he texts her and says, "Don't stay up all night. I'm about to go to bed. If you need me, just wake me up." So my whole thing is, this is December 11th. Now, I know that schools go on break at different times, but almost all the schools are still in session by December 11th. It gets closer to maybe like the 15th, the 20th. That's when kids go on winter break. So on Wednesday, December 11th at 1:09 a.m., on a school night, and at this time she was 9 years old because she just barely turned 10 last month in February. So this 9-year-old gets a text from her mom's boyfriend at 1:09 a.m. on a school night and says, "Don't stay up all night. I'm about to go to bed. If you need me, just wake me up." And she say, "Okay." He say, "Love you." And she say, "Love you more." So then by Wednesday, December 11th, later that day at 7:43 p.m., she texts him and says, "My stomach hurt." So by this time, my stomach hurt is concerning to me because I'm trying to figure out why every single time her stomach hurts, she's texting him and not her mom. Why is he her go-to when her stomach is hurting? And why is her stomach constantly hurting? So this is where I start to have ill feelings towards the mama, because I'm thinking, what's going on with the mama? Why is he constantly going to the daughter? What's going on? Like, now my antennas is up to the mama, because although that's her boyfriend and maybe he's helping her raise her, but normally little girls are more comfortable to discuss things like menstruation, cramps. They're more comfortable talking about stuff like that with their mother. Like, my daughter is not as comfortable to talk about these type of things with her father as she is to talk about them with me. So the fact that she's constantly going and texting this man every time her stomach hurts is a problem for me. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. Okay? So let's continue, because this is where my antennas start going up on the mama. Now, my antennas officially go up on the mama when she responds to him about this situation, and she tells him the only reason that she want to call the cops is because he told his mother about it. We're going to get into the mama, because I got some choice words for the mama. And if you think that the mama coming to the internet and sharing these text messages, she did her job as a mother, oh, baby, like I said, trust me, you're going to be triggered, honey. You're going to be triggered, because she didn't do enough for me at all, period. So let's continue. And I understand that it takes a village to raise children. Luckily, this is not the Detroit police officer. This is a whole nother story about a guy that is a tattoo artist in Newark, New Jersey, or somewhere like that. All right. So, this is a whole different story or whatever. So, last message that he shows on his phone is December 11th at 7:43 p.m. and it says, "My stomach hurt." Now, if you make it bigger, if you zoom in on the message, right before she told him her stomach hurt, it says, "Princess Lay unsent a message." So she sends a message, unsends it, and then she writes, "My stomach hurt." All right. So then, let me make everything fit, because once I get to reading, I can't tell what's on the screen and what's not for y'all. So then, fast forward to January 10th, he writes and says, "Can you bring me the water in the clear bowl on the counter, please?" And then January 12th, she writes and she says, "I'm sorry if I made you mad. I just wanted to ask what you were making. And I know you're not going to respond to me because you don't want to talk to me. I love you." Now, this is when the messages start to feel a little Naziah-ish. Okay? Like when the detective was reading the messages between Naziah and Jarvis, that just gave that for me. Like, huh? You know, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I really don't know. But she says, "I'm sorry if I made you mad. I just wanted to ask what you were making. And I know you're not going to respond to me because you don't want to talk to me. I love you." He said, "You ain't made me mad, Leilani. I just told y'all to go sit down because the grease was going to pop y'all's skin. I'm making fried chicken and I love you more." Then she says, "Oh, when it's done, can we have some?" Now, mind you, this message, let me make it big for y'all. They talking about frying chicken and her being mad at him at 1:06 a.m. So she's writing her mom's boyfriend at 1:06 a.m. And her message to him is, I'm sorry if I made you mad. I just wanted to ask what you were making. And I know you're not going to respond to me because you don't want to talk to me. Now, this is Sunday when she should be in bed. She's 9 here because the mom says she don't turn 10 till February. So she's 9 on a school night where she would have school the next day, texting him about being mad at her, and she was asking him what he's making, and then he's talking about he's making fried chicken and at 1 a.m. and all of that. All right. So I was like, that's interesting, That's interesting. So then he said she said, "Oh, when it's done, can I have some?" And then there's no response. So then January 29th at 7:13 p.m., it says, "Daddy, is mommy woke because I text her?" And at this point, I'm like, what's up with all these text messages? And I asked the people on my live because we went over these messages last night. And apparently, I did a poll of the chat and I asked, are parents primarily communicating with their children through text this much? Because I don't have this many text messages with my daughter when she's in my same house. Now, the most messages I get from my daughter is when she's at school and when she's at her father's for the weekend, and we're not under the same roof. But last night, there was a lot of parents who said that they are guilty of doing a lot of texting with their kids, et cetera, et cetera. Now, for me, it was kind of unusual. So I asked the chat, like, is this normal? Like, is this something that y'all be doing? Like, and the chat said that they do a lot of texting or whatever. Now, if you guys have not hit like on this video yet, make sure you hit the like button. Also, because of the subject matter, more than likely YouTube will not monetize it. If they do, that'll be, cool. But if not, I do like to get support on these type of topics because a lot of times they be like, this is not monetized or friendly. This subject matter is too much. This subject matter is too much. Okay. Yeah, so if y'all want to donate to the channel, y'all can. If y'all don't have nothing to donate, y'all could definitely always support by hitting that like button and hitting that share button. That helps me out a lot. And if you're watching this on the replay, put some comments in the chat. Even if you're watching from the bushes, put, hey, I'm watching from the bushes. Just some type of something to help push this along in the algorithm, just because when it's topics like this, they kind of get buried in the algorithm. So do your part. I do my part in letting y'all know the goings-ons that's going on. All right. So anyways, let's continue. So January 29th at 7:13 p.m., it says, "Daddy, is mommy woke because I text her?" And then he says, yes, she about to start cooking too loud. So then February 1st, she says, "Can you ask Isaiah if I can have the Cinnamon Crunch cereal?" And then I guess later, an hour later or so, she says, "Hello." And then February 1st at 9:16 p.m., she says, "Is the food still coming? My stomach hurt." Okay? So now her stomach is hurting again. So then February 4th at 12:21 a.m., okay? Tuesday, February 4th, 12:21 a.m., she's up in the middle of the night on a school night, and she's texting him at 12:21 a.m. on Tuesday, Daddy, want to pour water on Kalia with me and Mommy because she fell asleep on my birthday? No, and Mommy not here. She went to ShopRite. And then she says, no. She said when she get back, she says she will do it. So again, I'm thinking, what's up with the mama? Because why is this 9 just turned 10-year-old up at 12 midnight on a school night trying to pour water on Kalia? Take your ass to bed and get Kalia another time. And now this is where I started to again raise my eyebrows at the mother, because I'm like, do I just have too much structure, or what's going on here? Because at 9:30, my daughter is 11. She about to be 12 in a couple months. So I give her a little grace till like 9:30, but device is off. Television off. Room black. And I'm not sure, like, I'm just one of those DIY type of mamas. So I walk my house, right? So in my daughter's room, on her bed, she has like this frame on her bed to where I zip tied this what is it? Like this kind of like cart thing. So I made like this cart thing that goes in front of her bed, and her phone is positioned in there and with the charger. So all I gotta do is peek in her room and I can see her phone is on the charger, TV off, and all of that. Now, if that phone is not in that cradle on that dock when I walk in that room, you got your phone and you up, and I'll take her device. Now, I'm not saying that she ain't never, went past her bedtime or whatever, but it's just me and her in the house. Now, when you have more people than you and your child in the house, you have to really be on it when it comes to little girls. And you have to really implement structure, and you have to really be vigilant as far as what's going on, So that's kind of my thing. Like, visually, I can see my daughter's phone is on that dock when I step into that room. When I step into that room, okay, cool. If it ain't on that dock, now your privileges is, gonna be taken, and so on and so forth. So anyways, but everybody does their household differently. But again, this started to like, why so many nights on a school night is she up in the wee hours of the night? So anyways, so then fast forward to Saturday, February 8th, she texts and says, Daddy, can I ask you something? All right. It says, Daddy, can I ask you something? And then he says, y'all leave me alone. All right. So now we're up to the date of the messages that the mom shared. Now, the messages that the mom shared were Wednesday, February 19th. And the messages that he showed on his end from his phone are from Wednesday, February 19th. Now, the messages that he shared on his phone start at 9:33 a.m. Now, the messages that the mother shared starts at 9:08 a.m. on Wednesday, February 19th. Now, like I said in the beginning, I originally thought, who wrote these messages? I'm not going to lie. My first instinct was, did the mom write these messages to set him up? Like, it just didn't seem, the messages didn't, it just was odd to me. But once he shared his receipts, and we were live and we were talking, and the Night Owls, we were like, investigating and putting, all of the receipts together, we compared that both of these phones have an exchange on the same day. So I don't know. Let's show what the mom said to give you guys a refresher for February 19th. And then we'll share what his messages show from February 19th. And we'll do it like that. So hold on, let me go to, where is it? All right. So this is what the mom shared. This is the message from the mom's phone, where, or the child's phone, whoever phone that she's saying is the child's. And it says, at Wednesday, February 19th at 9:08 a.m., there is a message that is supposed to come from him that says, "You want me to lay in there with you, or you fine?" And then she says, "I'm fine." Now, Wednesday, February 19th is a school day. By 9 a.m., a 9-year-old child or a 10-year-old child should be in class at her desk at school. So it says, "You want me to lay in there with you, or you fine?" And then it says, "I'm fine." And then he says, "Okay, I'm just bored. I hate when mommy go to work. I don't be having nothing to do at all. What are you doing?" And then it says, "Watching TikTok, looking for things to do." And then it says, "Like fun stuff." And then it says, "Yes." And then it says, "Did you ever get head before? Why? Just asking." Then it says, "No, I don't want to, because that would make me feel uncomfortable, and I'm only 10 years old. I'm not fully an adult, so no." And then it says, "It's not going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're going to be doing it soon, but okay, leave you alone and just let mommy know you be watching nasty stuff." And then it says, "But I don't watch that stuff anymore. I don't like that stuff. It's nasty. And I just want to chill. I don't want to do stuff like that because it makes me feel weird and uncomfortable." How does it make her feel weird and uncomfortable? Has it been done to her for her to say, "No, ew, this feels weird"? How does she know how it makes her feel? I don't know. All right. So anyways, it says, "We only got one life to live. Just try it. If you don't like it, I'll leave you alone. Deal." And then it says, "No, I don't want to. Please stop asking. Just ask mommy. She is an adult. You can ask mommy, blah, 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 blah." So these messages are on the device that the mother shared. And these messages were February 19th, 9:08 a.m. Now, the messages that he shared from his screenshots, okay, because again, this is his page where he's saying, "I don't even write like that." And he shared his receipts. This is his receipts, okay? So his receipts, let me blow it up. His receipts start Wednesday, February 9th at 9:33 a.m. So the messages that the mom shared are at 9:08. His messages are at 9:33. Now, for me, when I was looking and trying to match up both message threads, it didn't really line up. Like, something felt off still, like something about this was still like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I still felt like, I don't know. It was still something that was off about it. Like, something that was off, So, there's still something that don't sit right on the messages that the mom shared, even though I feel like he is not, I don't know, something still feels off. But anyways, so she writes at 9:33 a.m., so this is her saying, "Daddy, I had breakfast already and stuff, but I'm still hungry. Will you be able to order something, or maybe next time?" He says, "What you want?" She says, "Can I get McDonald's? I want a quarter pounder, a large fry, and a sweet tea. So she say she already ate breakfast and stuff, but she's still hungry at 9:33 a.m. and she want a quarter pounder, a large fry, and a sweet tea. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I really don't know what's going on here. So it say, what you want? And it say, can I get McDonald's? I want a quarter pounder and a large fry. Oh, and a sweet tea. And it says, just give me a minute. And it says, okay. And then he says, you got to wait till it's still breakfast time. And then she says, okay. And then he says, they not selling that right now. Gotta wait till like 11 or 12. And then she says, all right. So then on Wednesday at 3, she says, you could order it now, question mark. And then he says, mommy told me don't order it. She gonna make something when she gets home. She needs the money for gas. And then he said, oh, all right. So then February 21st at 8:41 a.m., another school day. This is Friday, February 21st at 8:41 a.m. Now, they live in Newark, New Jersey. I'm not sure what time the schools are in, but now we're at Friday. Hold on, let me make these smaller so y'all can see the message. Okay, let me make sure it's not cut off for y'all. So now on another school day, on Friday at 8:41 a.m., it says, if you woke up, can I get something to eat because I already had breakfast and I don't know what to eat. Huh? 8:41 a.m., you already ate breakfast, but you don't know what to eat. If you woke up, oh, can you get something? Wait. If you woke up, can I get something to eat because I already had breakfast and I don't know what to eat? Somebody said, you think that week they're on break? This could have been one of the days that, what was this, President's Day? It could have been President's Day or one of those days. I really don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it could have been President's Day or one of the days that we had off. Let me see. What holiday is February 21st? What holiday is February 21st? I don't see it say grain free day. I don't know if that's, but anyways, it could have been one where it's like a President's Day in the middle of the week and then they get them off on the, I don't know. Anyways, all right, so February 24th, it says, Daddy, can you get me some juice? All right. So then if it jumps from Monday, February 21st to Wednesday. So I'm guessing this was this Wednesday that just passed because it says Wednesday, like I think of last week. So the message then says, Wednesday at 1:16 a.m., it says, bring that phone and that tablet and go to bed. And my whole thing is, at this point in time, it seemed like she got a problem with this tablet. Why is the tablet not being taken from her when it's time for her to go to bed each night? If she don't know how to put the tablet down at a decent hour, why is the tablet not taken before y'all go to bed? What's that all about? So then Friday, it says, can you tell your mom I need my stuff? I don't mean to keep calling and texting y'all. I don't have no jeans. I'm missing a red bag of clothes. So this must be when the mom told him he got to get out. Because it goes Wednesday, bring the tablet. And then by Friday, he's saying that, you know, he need his stuff and he need his bag of clothes. So after he shared these messages saying or trying to prove that he did not make the messages that the mother shared, then he shared messages from the mom. So he then shared a thread on his page from messages with the mother. And this is when I started to side eye the mama. So this is his post right here. And this is him with 20 plus screenshots of text messages going back and forth with the mom. And to the lady on my Instagram that told me that I need to watch my mouth about how I feel about the mom and feeling as though the mother needs to be locked up too. To you right here who told me that I am just saying whatever and I need to watch my mouth and all of that, this segment is especially for you. Now, as we read through these messages, this is why I have no compassion, sympathy, or anything for the mother, Mika. Okay, so pay attention because this is especially for you. Okay, you feel like, how dare I feel some way about the mama because after all, she shared the messages on social media. This is for you. Let's roll it. Let's go. Okay, let's get to it. Let me make this a little bigger. All right. So, Black Solra, you said, does commercials mid-live mean your video is monetized? On live, they tend to, like, while we're live, sometimes it'll be green and they may put commercials in while we're live, but once I end the live and I hit end stream, that's when YouTube will do their AI detection, see the subject matter, and then demonetize. So most of our videos get demonetized after we hit end stream. Just FYI for those of y'all wondering, like, how am I getting ads, but you say that this stuff can possibly be monetized. Once I hit end stream, then check and see if you get ads and stuff like that. Okay? That's how you know, after the live is over. But anyways, let's get into these messages and all of that. So this is between him and the mom. He says, or no, she says, you need to leave. You can't be here when she gets out. He says, what the F did I do? It's not me. I'm going to call my mama. And then she says, okay, I'll wait for her. And then he says, I'm going to leave your house. I'm just waiting for my mom to pull up. This is really crazy. I can't believe you think I would stoop that low. And she said, so you calling my daughter a liar? He says, I'm not calling her a liar. What I'm saying to you is I didn't write those messages. She says, so I'm supposed to put a man before my kid? What kind of person you think I am? He said, my phone is connected to two items. A Zaya tablet. I gave her an old phone I don't have anymore because it's broke. And then she says, I don't F around with ish like that. Who else would know I'm going to work in the morning? So then she said, who else would text like that? And you cursed me out enough for me to know how you talk. Now, my whole thing is you got a man in your house that don't got no car. You providing a roof over his head and you allowing him to curse you out? Girl, that broke wanky must be real good because, sure, you in my house under my roof and you cursing me out? Sure. But anyways, she says, I'm not leaving my daughter hanging until this issue is solved. I'm not having no school look at me crazy. All right? I'm not having a school look at me crazy. As a mom, I'm just like, you worried about how the school gonna look at you in this situation? Like, ain't our focus the baby? I'm like, ain't the focus the baby? Like, what do you mean I'm not gonna have the school look at me crazy? Like, what? So anyways, let's continue. He says, I know you know how I talk, but on Jameer Ashes, I would never write no ish like that to a child. She said, Jalil, you complain about being bored all the time. That's exactly what you said in the text. And the crazy thing is, you hurt her feelings with all that ish you said about never wanting kids. Then I see all these messages. Like, nothing you saying is making ish make sense. Like, what are you talking about? He said he hurt her feelings by never wanting kids. What? What is happening? What? He says, I understand. I wouldn't want anybody looking at you any type of way, but I didn't write those messages. Jelania, I'm not mad at you right now, just hurt. You would think I would write that. I don't know what to do or how to feel. I'm hurt. I don't know what to do or how to feel right now. I'm hurt beyond words. This is happening to me right now. She said, you really want me to ask her some ish like that after what the F I read? And then he says, yes, because I never did anything to lay. I never even came off to her that way. I never laid in her bed. I never text her in that way. And I never looked at her like that. I always tell her to put clothes on. Now, this is where I'm also like, ding, 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 flag on the play. Why is your boyfriend, number one, the go-to every time your daughter's stomach hurt? Why is she always coming to him when she's hungry and not you? And why is he having to tell your 10-year-old or 9-year-old to put clothes on? As a mother, we teach our toddlers, you don't let no man see you naked. We teach our girls from birth, don't come out that bathroom unless you have clothes on. You come out that bathroom and you don't got clothes on, that's So again, my antennas is starting to raise from the mama. Now the mama gonna piss me off some more. So he says, I never text her in that way. I never looked at her like that. I always tell her to put on clothes or put clothes on. And then he says, please ask her because I would never do no ish like that. Somebody had to have my phone. Ain't no way I'm talking to a little kid that way. Are you effing insane? I'm not no effing. She says, who the F was it then? Because we own Mer. Okay? Y'all the only two ends who be in the house. And then he says, everybody in the house know my password. If I ever did some ish like that, why lay ain't been tell you she been with you alone plenty of times. She says, you acting like I ain't have a whole DYFS case. I could lose my child. So I'm like, DYFS case, is that CPS? So she's saying, I'm going to just say CPS case. I got a CPS case. She said DYFS case. I could lose my kid. So I'm like, okay, So then he says, you really don't believe anything I'm saying, and it's crazy. Everybody in this house know my password to everything. To every hat. You act like I wasn't with you through it. Okay? So when she got her child support case, he was with her through it, I guess. Okay? Interesting. All right? So it says, why would they be reading y'all messages? And then he says, like, why would I risk my freedom like this? Why would I destroy my name? You really hurting me with this one. I thought you loved me. You really got me down for some ish like this? It's tea? It's killing me inside. I left out your house. I'm sitting in the hallway. This ish is unbelievable. And then he says, and you saying the school seen it? You took a picture of that phone? Why would the school contact you about this? And then she says, your freedom, ? What cop did I call? I came here peacefully. I was in tears before I got here. So this tells me there was a phone call in between this message and this message. So he texted her about how did a school find out, and then her next message is about the police, and so this is when she starts to piss me off again. All right, pay attention. She says, what cop did I call? So she sees messages on her daughter's phone that a grown man is asking her daughter, because she posted those messages. A grown man telling your child, hey, you ever had head? Can I lay in your bed? And you left your child in this person's care by themselves, and you telling him you what cops did you call? You didn't call the cops before you posted all of this stuff. Let's continue because they talk about the cops some more and how she was not trying to get the cops involved. All right. So it says, your freedom. What cop did I call? I came here peacefully. I was in tears before I got here. He says, I'm going to do what I asked, or I think he meant, I'm going to do what you asked me to do and pack my stuff and leave your house because you don't believe me. She says, it's crazy. All you thinking about is yourself. He says, no, I'm not. I'm hurting. I don't know what to do. So then she says, F my daughter, right? It's always F us. So I'm like, what? So he say, no, I'm not. I'm hurting. I don't know what to do. And then her response is, F my daughter, right? It's always F us. And then he responds, you told me to go. So then she says, you called your family, but you ain't do nothing? Cool. He says, I didn't do anything. I've been nothing but loving and caring to both of y'all. She says, you better hope I don't call the cops since you want to take it there. The messages that you showed social media was that he was asking your 9 going on 10-year-old daughter, have she ever had head before, and that she would eventually get it done. This guy has been in the presence of your child alone on several occasions in the care of him alone. And your response is, you better hope I don't call the cops. Let's continue because I'm worried for the little girl at this point once I read more of these messages between her and the man. So she says he better hope that she don't call the cops. And then he reveals that he called the cops first. He then reveals that he called the cops first. So let's continue. She says, you better hope I don't call the cops since you want to take it there. And then he says, I called them because you calling me I don't know what to do. This never happened to me before. She says, have your whole family come. I promise you, everybody gonna regret it. He says, what are you talking about? This is my name on the line right now. She says, now everybody calling me, I got something for you since you want to take it there. He says, you think I would do some ish like this is driving me insane. She says, since you want to involve everyone, I'm going to do the same. She says, since you want to involve everyone, I'm going to do the same. It says, since you want to involve everyone, I'm going to do the same. All you had to do was leave. All you had to do was leave. Basically, I take that as I wouldn't have called the cops on you. I would have allowed you to prey on somebody else's child. I would have allowed you to go into the world knowing that you violated my daughter. All you had to do was leave. That's kind of what I take from that. She says, since you want to involve everyone, I'm going to do the same. All you had to do was leave. He says, bro, what am I leaving for? You got Tati involved and Taylor. What you mean? She said, now y'all dead to me. He says, you really trying to destroy me and I ain't even do ish to you. You really on some BS right now. Out of all the people in the world, you question me about some BS you know I ain't do? She said, now you dead to me and I called the cops. So you might as well come outside. This is how you want ish to go. Let's have it. He says, right here, she says, now she called the cops. All right. So then, it says, so it says, now you dead to me and I call the cops. So you might as well come outside. This how you want ish to go. Let's have it. So then he responds to her up here. He responds to her and says, who gonna be there for you when you effed up sick, going through it, etc.? You really about to kick me out your life and I ain't been doing nothing but taking care of you and your daughter? And you hit me with this? So I'm like, does she got a sickness, an ailment? Is she not well? Is she like, did the daughter need to be under somebody else's care? What is he talking about? When, like, who gonna be there for you when you effed up sick going through it? Going through what? Withdrawals, sickness, what? Chemo? What? What is he talking about? What? They didn't elaborate, so I don't know. So she responds to him and says, don't text me no more. I'm waiting on your mother and sister. It's nothing you can say to me today. Mind as well come outside. And then he says, I don't do nothing to, I think he meant, I don't do nothing to you. Why you making this like this? She said, you shouldn't have called nobody if you didn't do anything. You called your whole family and now they blowing up my phone when all I asked you to do was leave. So you can figure this out, but you choose to make it this way. So he says, I didn't call nobody. I called my mom and told her to come get me. I can't stay here no more. And she said, why? And I told her that was it. She said, you're a liar. And then he says, I'm not mad at you, Lainey. I'm just disappointed. So then she shared a screenshot from his sister. So this message that the sister shared or whatever, so she shared this screenshot from the sister, and then under this screenshot she says, Jalil, F you. All right, so let's get into what his sister told the girl that she is reacting to. All right, So I guess this is supposed to be his sister, and his sister said, she said to the sister, like, be for real. If you don't know Ish, mind your business. So the sister, or who's alleged to be the sister, says, I'm not coming at you or nothing. B, tell your lying ass daughter, suck my. And this is supposed to be his sister. I'm not cursing at you or nothing. B, tell your lying A daughter, suck my. She says, you text my phone coming crazy as HE double hockey sticks like I'm not waiting to do anybody over my child. And then who's alleged to be the sister says, now you doing too much. And then the girl in this, the mom of this story says, pull up. And then the alleged sister says, don't worry, we'll be on Hillside. See ya. And then she says, I'm waiting. And then the alleged sister says, okay, tell your daughter to suck my brother's D, B. And then she says, laughing my A off, okay. And then the alleged sister says, see you in a few. Now, this is allegedly a message that was sent from his sister after he told his family that she was putting him out because of these alleged messages, all right? So she sent a screenshot of that thread to him, and then she says, Jalil, F you. I came in the house call as HE double hockey sticks talking to you. And then he says, bro, I didn't do anything. I will handle them. So he is telling her the screenshot that she shared that I just read to y'all, that he didn't do anything, that he will handle them. And then she says, now you dead to me. All y'all dead to me. And my whole thing is, why weren't they dead to you when you read that message the first time? So then he says, I don't do ish. And then she says, all of y'all can get the F out my face. You wrong for calling your people because I didn't even tell anybody. Ish, I came to talk to you. Nobody even knew. I came straight to the source. So she's upset that other people know. She says, you wrong for calling your people because I didn't even tell anybody. And when she says she didn't even tell anybody, she didn't tell the police. She didn't tell the proper authorities to get him up out of her house after he allegedly sent messages to her child asking for if she has engaged in head, talking about nasty stuff, doing nasty stuff, and all of the things. But she's upset at him that he told his people. Now, I understand that everybody reacts to situations different, but as a mother, I don't understand why you give a flying who he told. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandmammy with holes in her panties. Tell all them bitches. I said what I said. I seen this message in my daughter's phone. I seen what was said in her phone. You going to jail, and if your mama come up here, she better have a 9 because I'm packing, and that bitch is going to get blasted, and I'm going to deal with whoever come on my front porch about my child. Tell them bitches what you want to tell them and let them pull up. That would have been, but that's me. I'm confrontational. I like to tussle. Some people are non-confrontational and everybody don't deal in situations the same way. But I, as the person that I am, I don't understand why we care what he told his mama, and I don't understand why we care who knew about what, and I don't understand why the police wasn't the first call. Because your mama daddy, grandmammy with holes in her panties can all save it. But again, everybody react differently. Maybe she's in shock, maybe she it doesn't hit her yet. Maybe she wanted to handle it without the authorities, you know. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't have no understanding for it. I know that much. I don't have no understanding for it. I know that much. So when Mika, who wrote me on my Instagram, and I said, lock everybody up, lock the mama up, lock the boyfriend up, and lock anybody up who failed this baby. I said what I said. So Mika, when I say lock everybody up, this is where it's coming from. Okay, because I said on my Instagram that everybody need to be locked up, the mama, the daddy, everybody. Because none of this stuff is sitting right with me at all. The responses ain't sitting right with me. The fact that he got to contact the baby at all these odd hours of the night. The reason why he is the go-to when she's hungry, the go-to when her stomach hurt. I'm not understanding none of it. And I'm not understanding why she didn't immediately call the cops when she seen a message in her phone that said, do you want to know what it's like getting head, or whatever he said, or paraphrasing or whatever. And then talking about, well, you be watching nasty stuff and I'm going to watch porn. And then all of these messages in the phone where he's writing her at 1 a.m. while you sleep and all of that. I don't understand why you ain't called the police and why you even talking to this nigga at all. Get this bum out your house. He don't got no job. He don't got no car. He got to call his mama to pick him up. And I'm not understanding why we're giving this nigga grace. Fuck him. And fuck you too for not protecting your child. So Mika, when you come in my comments and you say, let me read what Mika said again, because this is why I told you I said what I said, and we're gonna be talking about it on my YouTube. Mika said, how you saying she didn't care about protecting her daughter, but in the same breath saying she was putting him out? This is opinion based, and that mom is going through a lot as well as having to deal with this. So you should be careful how you address things. The daughter is old enough to read, and it would suck for her to feel like her mom doesn't love her because of what a stranger says. Y'all be taking these stories for content and forgetting that this is somebody's real life. And I replied to Mika, I said what I said. If you have sympathy for the mama, go and give her that. I said what I said, though. And like I said, I'll talk about it again on my channel. And Mika told me, what'd she say? Hold on. She said, you sound mad. And I said what I said too. People do whatever for $1 these days, but just remember that could happen to anybody. God bless. So let's continue and read. Now, I'm not naive to think that tragedies or unfortunate circumstances can't happen to anybody. I'm aware of that. I have enough wherewithal to know that something can happen to, you could have the most protection for a child and something unfortunate can still happen. My issue is once you find out, I don't care who it is, you are to protect your child, period. That's my stance. And if you are telling this man the only reason that you are now mad and calling the cops is because he told his mom and his sister that you were putting him out, that's a problem for me. Now let's continue reading through the messages. So he says, I don't do ish And then it says, all of y'all can get the F out my face. You wrong for calling your people because I didn't even tell anybody ish. I came to talk to you. Nobody even knew. I came straight to the source. He says, can you talk to me one-on-one? She says, but since you want everything out on Front Street, cool. He says, shaking my head, why you being like this with me though? And then she says, you shouldn't have called nobody. Then he says, I didn't call her. I called my mother to come get me. Ask Tati. I didn't call Nene. Like, come on, bruh. This ish is getting weird. I don't wake up for my B-day to be this way. All right. And then she said, you shouldn't have told them my daughter a liar. I don't believe ish you say. You trying to play both sides. Now you have zero chances of ever speaking to me. And so I'm like, these messages didn't prompt him to never speak to you. These messages say, hold on. These messages wasn't enough for him to never speak to you. Him saying, did you ever get head before? Why? Just asking. And then saying, it's not going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're going to be doing it soon anyway. That didn't make you feel like he had zero chances of speaking to you. Him calling his mama was the straw that made it to where you... So that's where my frustration comes from. That's where my frustration, comes from. She said, you shouldn't have told them my daughter a liar. I don't believe issues say you trying to play both sides. Now you have zero chances of ever speaking to me. Then he says, I never said she was lying about anything. I said I didn't write that ish. And then she says, speak to your family. Nene just told all on you and she on her way. I'm waiting. And then he says, nobody's coming over here. I put everybody in their place. Wait, I need you to do is talk to me like an adult. That's it, since you kicking me out. And then she says, your sister made ish worse for you by telling me to tell my daughter to suck your D. He says, bae, I have nothing to do with that. She said, go with your family and leave. He says, can you talk to me, please? I will go after. She says, since y'all think y'all about to do something, I'ma show y'all. You wanted everybody in it. Now they in it. And then she says, you act like I don't got family too. Laugh my A off. Cool. I see how you trying to make ish go. All right. And then he says, nobody knows ish but my mother and May because I asked them to come get me. That's it. She said, you did this to yourself. And then it says, you really acting like I'm the ops. Now, I was just effing up last night. You really goofy. So I don't know if he is saying that he was just effing her last night. I don't know if he meant I was just effing you last night. And then he says, you really goofy. I don't know what he meant by I was just effing up last night. Okay? You really acting like I'm the ops now. I was just effing up last night. You really goofy. So then she shared more screenshots of what the sister wrote. Let me try to make it bigger. Hold on. So I guess this is more screenshots of what the sister sent. And then it says, like, be for real. You don't know ish. Mind your business. And then it says, I'm not cursing at you or nothing. B, tell your lying at. Oh, okay. This is the same screenshot. All right. This is the one I sent that I showed you already. I thought it was a different one. All right. And then it says, but you didn't say nothing? F out of here. And then he says, I never text Nay. She talked to Mom Dukes, not me. I haven't talked to her at all. And then she says, now whatever happens, just happens. And then he says, you treated me like I never existed to you. And then she said, you did this. And then she says, you should have never called my daughter a liar to your family. Like, who does that? And then he says, you got it, Lainey. I'm getting all my stuff and getting out your house. Don't trip, Lainey. I'm packing my stuff. I'll be outside your way soon. Been around your kid since she was 5, and you got me down for this ish? And then she says, tell your sister to stop texting my phone before she be under the jail where she belongs. Well, submit those messages to the police officer because the sister was out of line for talking about a 10-year-old to suck her D and suck your brother's D. It sounds like she is condoning that type of behavior, and she deserves to be in a cell right along with him. So if she is a part of the jail sweep, so be it. All right. And so he responds and says, I told her to stop texting you. You said don't talk to you, so I stopped texting you. And then he says, I wasn't even trying to get on that type of time with nobody for what? I don't even do anything to anybody. And then she said, just remember, you made Ish this way lying to them. You started all of this when you could have just left. He said, lying about what? You called me a ped. The F I look like. She said, you and your mother and your sister are going to regret today. He said, bro, I text you about me, not them. You said F me and get out. So that's what I'm doing. You got what you wanted, so I'ma just leave. She said, and you about to get what you wanted. He says, all I wanted was the family I created, but you pulled this, so I know you don't want to be with me. You been planning this. You know I got hella stuff, so I'm just packing my stuff like you asked me to. Your old lover must have came back, Roddy. And then she replied, you really lied to your mom and sister? They telling me everything you said. She said, you really trying to play my daughter, but it's cool. You never loved her anyways. This proves it, because what you lied to your family for? Him lying to his family proved he never loved her, or it wasn't him asking her about getting head? That wasn't the proof? The messages wasn't the proof, but the proof was that he lied to his mom about it. He said, I never did anything to nobody. You got people involved in telling me why I did. And then she says, I didn't lie to anybody or tell anybody anything. I came to you and chose to cause drama. You not acting like somebody that ain't do nothing. Like, who does all of that? He says, how I got accused for being a pet? Who the F not gonna feel away? You disrespected me, basically. She said, you read the same ish I did and didn't give me no explanation, no apology, no nothing. You even trying to go off on me when I'm her effing mother? So if he would have gave you apology, that would have been cool. Like, apology would have been straight for you. Like, oh, I apologize. I was grooming your daughter. Like, now let's be a happy family. What are we talking about apologies about? What's happening here? Like, who's gonna have concern for the little girl? You seem like you just worried about who know. Right. Tulani, that's what I said. Lock everybody up. Lock everybody up. At that point, so he says, how I get accused for being a pet, who the F not gonna feel away, you disrespected me basically. And then she said, you read the same ish I did and didn't give me no explanation, no apology, no nothing. You even trying to go off on me when I'm her effing mother. I'm not betraying my kid. What the F kind of mother would I be if would I be to call my kid a liar or ignore what the F I saw? Like, you really playing with my motherhood and it's crazy. Bro, you asked me something and left. She says, cheating is one thing, but this? Shaking my head because you started doing too much. He says, you can't even talk to me like I'm your man. You left with the people you really care about. She says, and now you calling people. He says, I guess today you just woke up and said you was done with me. And she says, so F you. And he says, okay. Then she says, I shouldn't be seeing no ish like that in my daughter's phone. And by this message and all of the message before, I'm trying to figure out, why are you still talking to this nigga? Why you ain't at the police station? Why is you communicating back and forth with him about this? Ring, ring, officer, officer, lock him up. Like, what's happening here? She says, I shouldn't be seeing no ish like that in my daughter's phone. And then she says, he says, you wanted me out your life. You got it. I mean, you got me out your life. And then she says, okay. And then he says, this ish really hurt. I know you don't care. And then he says, I'll be out shortly. I don't have enough bags. She says, you don't give a F, so just leave like you said you was. F you and your family, because when your son was gone and they said F you and that you was never a father anyway, I stood the F up for you and supported you. And this is how you want to do me? Cool. I should have never even asked you anything. I should have just disrespected you from the jump. Well, ding, ding, ding. I mean, yeah. What are we questioning him for? You got the phone. You got the text. He says, you kicking me out and accusing me of ish. What the F I'm supposed to do? I have no choice but to hit my family up. I have nobody. Disrespect me for what? I don't do ish. Then he says, you just needed a reason to leave me alone, and that's cool. You got ish figured out. So again, I'm not mad. You just showed me I overstayed my welcome and that you bent over me. This was just the right time for you to do it. Really had me thinking you was at work. Whole time you was with them booty bitches. She says, why would I stay at work after reading that? He says, I can't believe this ish is really happening to me. All the time I put in this relationship. She says, it's crazy you acting like you don't have daughters yourself, but it's cool. He says, it's crazy you think I would say some ish like that to her knowing I have my own daughters. That ish just effed up. That is just effed up their relationship. So I hope you ready to not see me or my kids anymore. You ain't just kicked me out. You kicked out Mir too. I'll never forgive you for this ish. You just effed up everything. Thank you, Coretta. Thank you for the super chat. You said, I really love your content and how you, I can't read the whole thing. I don't know why on OBS it doesn't show me the full super chat if I don't see it in the chat. But it says, I really love your channel and how you PA something it cuts off. And then it says, you're about, maybe how passionate you are about any topic that you discuss. Refreshing to watch. Thank you so much. All right, so let's continue. Somebody said lock Mir up too. Y'all is wild. Not lock Mir up too. Oh my goodness. Y'all trying to get Mir locked up. If y'all can, make sure to hit the like button because there is so much graphic discussion in this conversation. I don't think that it will be monetized. So your support is appreciated. If you enjoy when I do these deep dives, break down these stories, go through all of the receipts, we like a little support either here or in the super chat. Or if you're watching this on the replay, there is a thing called super thanks. It's like a super chat, but for the comment section and all of that. So let's continue reading. But as you see, it's a ton of screenshots, like a lot of conversation with this guy who was asking the little girl, according to the mama. And then I started to think, like, was she testing him? And did she set up those messages? Like, did she think something happened between them? And then she set up those messages to try to verify, like, let me see how he reacts. And then the reaction didn't go as planned. So then she, you know what I mean? Because it almost, to me, and again, the messages that he showed from his side of things were very concerning, very like, what is going on here? But after I started seeing her reaction, I'm like, I originally felt like the mom created some of those messaging. You know what I mean? But then they started at 9:08 a.m., and then his message from his phone started at 9:33. So I'm like, I don't know. Was this a situation where she had an intuition where she felt something fishy was going on, and she created some of the messages to confront him with, to see his reaction, and him calling the police on her and then calling her mom, and Is that why she like, you know what, let's just, I don't know, something about it is just not clicking right. Like, it's not, something is like not right. But the messages that she showed started at 9:08, and then the messages that he showed started at 9:33. So it's like, I don't know. Something is off. He definitely, something is weird about how at 1 in the morning, he's messaging the little girl, telling her, all right, go to bed now. On school nights, the mama sleep. Like, all of it is just weird. Something is off here. Because it's not adding up. Something about this exchange is not adding up. Now, I think that he needs to be investigated. I think that the phone needs to be confiscated and given to authorities. If he is innocent like he claims, give your phone to the cops and let them investigate. The mama needs to give her device to the cops. Let them investigate. This whole thing stinks. All of it is weird. Something is off, and my intuition is telling me that lock everybody up until we find out what's really going on here. Because it's all of these different moving parts. All of this stuff is something is off for me. If something is just, lock her up, lock him up, lock everybody up till we find out that the baby girl is safe and she is not, like, what's going on? Something is just weird. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. But anyways, we'll continue. Lucretia says, I feel the same way you do. Ain't no way I would be talking to him. Detroit got a lot going on. This story is not out of Detroit. This story is out of Newark, New Jersey. His page says that he's from Newark, and I believe her page says Newark too. This is not the Detroit police officer. This is a whole different story. So if you're watching this and you're thinking like, oh, this is me reading the Detroit police officer, this is a whole nother case that's out of Newark, New Jersey. So let's continue. I'm kind of tired of reading these text messages, to be honest. Let me see, how much more is there? It's so many more text messages between them that it's just like, I don't know. Y'all could go to his page and read through them, but I'm kind of tired of reading through it. You really acting like this, not about my kid, like I'm not a mother, like I was not supposed to question you. What if I just went crazy and told everybody and called the cops off rip? Then I would be wrong, right? No, you would be right. She says, I don't have nobody. He says, I don't have nobody. She says, I give you grace and you spit in my face. You lie on me to your family. You knew you didn't have nobody. Now you about to really see what it feels like to have nobody since you want to call my child a liar. And then I feel like, again, these responses make me feel like she fabricated some of those messages because she had an intuition that something going on. And I don't feel like she's mad that he's calling the daughter a liar. I'm mad that she is questioning the authenticity of the messages rather than the substance of the messages. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're so mad that he said that your daughter was lying, and we're not addressing what was said. Like, what is she lying about? You saying my daughter lying, what's she lying about? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. But again, for those who don't understand, the messages that he showed in his defense were too much for my liking. those didn't make me feel no type of way at all about him being, mm-mm, mm-mm. But anyways, so they just continue on. She says, I didn't call you no ped, first of all. I asked you what this was about. Like, it's just so much irrelevant conversation that they kept having. Now, again, he has all of these messages on his page. Like I said, I'm tired of reading them. Now, in the beginning, I told y'all there was the woman who initially stated that he implicated her. So when he made this message initially, there is a woman who said that he implicated her and he tried to accuse her of being the one to send the messages. Now, this is somebody who I'm guessing that has access to the devices or whatever. I'm not sure, but before I end the video, let me read what she said in response, because I'm tired of reading the mess. Like, it's never ending. The messages between the mother and the boyfriend is like the story never ends. It's just going on repeat, 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 on repeat. Like, girl. But anyways, so this is what this woman who she alleges that he's saying that she sent the messages. All right. So her response is, let me say this, as an SA victim, as a kid, I will not stand for this. Jaleel Allen know what the F he did, and he's trying to use all these weird reasons to make y'all believe it was me, because he is all of your tattoo customers are young. You F your tattoo customers and they don't pay. This is harassment and defamation of character. Little, you're foul as F and disgusting, and to ever call you my friend, my brother, for you to sit here and lie on me, you made the choose to do those things. Now deal with the consequences. I had nothing to do with anything he is accusing me of. 20K question mark? I don't give a F about that. I'ma get money in. And I made over 150K since 2021. I just gave you money after money not even 6 months ago. You a liar and a manipulator. I already went to the cops. The little girl whose life you destroyed told the cops it was you. You're trying to destroy me, trying to assassinate my character with the lies you make up in your head. You know I ain't never been a snake. No get back type of end. I take my L's on the chin like always and put my right foot forward. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. Oh, so she says, you're trying to destroy me, trying to assassinate my character with the lies you make up in your head. You know I ain't never been a snake. No get back type of end. Take my L's on the chin, like always, and put my right foot forward. You're a coward. You destroy everybody's lives around you. And may you seek the help that you truly need. Justice will be served and you will be in jail. So, this is what the girl said. Now, she was responding to this post where I'm guessing it was, he ended up deleting this off of his page. Reese is saying it's not enough likes compared to how many viewers it is. But as you can see right there, it says see more. This screenshot, they didn't they didn't share everything that he said, so I can't see the part where he implicated her, but people were alleging that this is where he was implicating her at, but it's deleted off of his page, and they didn't hit see more for us to see the whole thing, so I wasn't able to grab a screenshot that showed the entire thing. But all in all, that's kind of what's going on here. He has his page, and let's just look a little bit at his page real quick before we exit out. I'm making my exit off of the video. So this is his page right here. And so the receipts that I shared, you know, they're all down his page. If y'all want to go to his page and all that, he got his tattoo work on there. And then when you go to his photos, it says lives in Newark, New Jersey, and he's from Newark, New Jersey. If you go to his videos and photos, this is kind of what it's given. This is his page. So this is him on live. Not sure what type of hairstyle this is, but he has small braids. Maybe they're turning into dreads. I'm not sure. But this is the guy in question. Okay. So this is him. All right. So he's in the bathroom turning up. I'm not sure who the other guy is, but they singing and turning up in the bathroom or wherever they are. All right, they both singing. I don't know if they're doing TikToks or whatever, but this is the guy that's at question. The other guy looks like him, so I'm not sure if that's his brother or not, but they look alike. All right, so this is what he gives on his page. All right, it's music playing, so there's that. Then he has you know, a bunch of stuff where he's rolling marijuana, showing big bags of marijuana, and you know, stuff like that. This is his page or whatever. That's what it gives over there. And then, you know, his photos are of him. This is him in his, I don't know if this is like a Coolio hairstyle or whatever, but you know, everyone is so creative. He got like the Coolio thing going on. I guess he's probably bringing that back. Then he got, you know, he got his YN type pictures where he's flashing money, you know, hanging on the block with his guys. And, you know, so, yeah, so this is his page. He got photos of tattoos that he's done, you know, money photos, you know. Somebody said, is this her king? This your king? Yeah, you know. Let me refresh her page. Let's see if she posted any police reports. All right. So on her page, there has been no updates. This is her page right here. There have been no updates. There have been no police reports. There have been no, yes, I went to the cops. There has been none of that. So it's just the post that was viral, and then somebody telling her good job for, you know, making the post viral, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody said, how does she look? Well, I just showed y'all her page. You can go check it out, but this is how she looks right here. This is her profile picture. All right. And then this is her page. All right. All right, y'all, it's been real. Thanks for watching. If you have not hit the like button yet, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys